fueled by Embark.
Oh shit, another thing was playing. Let's go. Just start inviting in people. It's crazy only lets you like quite a few people. I'm send Borgor an invite. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like GT and chill, dog.
Fog, blurring the line between the past and present horrors. However, the Smurls didn't move out. They refused to allow themselves to be frightened out of their own home, even though their prayers seemed to be doing nothing and actually seemed to be making the energy or the entities angry.
The arrival of twins Sharon and Karen Smurl in September of 1978
fused the Smurl home with joy for a while, and it seemed at the time like they might have finally been turning a new leaf. Yet the birth of these twins amplified the family's exposure to these growing horrors, as if the new lives that had suddenly entered the home stirred the dormant curse and haunting to a greater ferocity. The cries of the newborn babies seemingly echoing throughout the home like invitations to the dark and demonic. But things would continue to get worse and more violent. According to the Smurl family, on one particularly dark evening, a light fixture was violently torn from the ceiling by a demonic force,
which plummeted down and struck Shannon Smurl, carving a large gouge into her head,
the blood vivid against her bright white skin. Watching this happen with her own eyes, Janet let out a piercing scream that echoed throughout the house like a wall of despair. The spirits seemed to be getting more violent and more unruly.
And this event, where the light fixture came plummeting down from the ceiling as if ripped by an unseen violent force and struck Shannon Smurl in the head, can be seen in the new film The Conjuring Last Rites, where the production team attempted to replicate that event in its entirety, even portraying the events of the day beforehand. Here's a clip of the Smurls talking about this event themselves.
That was the night of Heather's confirmation. That was on April the 29th, 1985. Heather and Shannon and myself were in the kitchen, and I was pinning her collar onto her her confirmation robe. And we have a 4 foot by 2 foot ceiling light and it came without no warning at all. In a matter of a split second, it came crashing down onto the kitchen table.
That must have been very frightening.
It was very frightening because we didn't know. It was unexpected, and it wasn't like a light that had broken naturally. It didn't tip, it didn't sway, it just came crashing down. And it gouged Shannon on the forehead, and it gouged Mark onto the refrigerator. And this was about a half an hour before we went to church. And when my father-in-law came over and looked at it, because he's very, very handy with these kind of things, he looked at it, he said, there is no way that this thing could have happened. One side would have broken, something would have given first, but this was nothing. In a matter of a split second, it crashed onto the table with no warning at all.
The Smurl family also began to report seeing visibly inky black masses that glided throughout the rooms of the home, their amorphous shapes undulating like living breaths of darkness, which left trails of bone-numbing cold that penetrated the Smurl family members to their core, freezing their blood in their veins and their souls in terror as they watched these
Alright, I gotta
shadows
put the phone down.
pass. This was something that
hell?
became very common to the
I was like, where am I
Smurls,
looking?
these visible shadows that they were
I should've
seeing
changed my
with their own
description.
eyes with room to room. And according to their own testimony, these shadow figures or forms always left an extreme blood-chilling cold in their wake. On one particularly disturbing night, Heather Smurl was deep asleep in her bedroom. The haunting was intense at this point, but they were still living in the house and she seemed to have been getting some good sleep. However, according to her testimony, this
He's gonna whack
particular
somebody.
evening, at one point during this night, Heather was awoken from her sleep, and when she opened her eyes, she noticed something incredibly disturbing. Inside of her darkened closet,
Oh, it's
she
not there.
saw two glowing crimson-red eyes peering at her from within the small room. Eyes that were filled with a gaze filled with ancient malice. Upon seeing these red eyes staring at her from within her closet, Heather was rendered speechless, and she was filled with primal dread for days afterwards, unable to get that vision of those bright red eyes out of her head. The appearance of those eyes had scarred Heather, and things only began to get worse from there. Remember how I told you
Dude,
that
just lag,
earlier,
yo.
the Smurls found it hard to pray inside of their home? It seemed like something was
Yo, what's up, welcome to the
blocking them.
stream.
It seemed like something didn't want them to pray. Their rosaries would slip from their fingers on accident while they were reciting Hail Marys. Well, this is when we see the haunting get much worse. And at this point, the family began to realize that they weren't dealing with Casper. They were possibly dealing with something from another realm, a more evil realm, a much darker place. This entity or these entities were not allowing the Smurl family to pray. And so the Smurls began to whisper of a demonic force, as they began to feel their house come alive with a rage, the very structure seeming to
The fuck, they should send me to one
echoes
thing
of a
and not send me to-
historical curse. Each creak heard and felt inside of the home, seeming to serve as some sort
What
of
the
Whoa.
fuck?
glands
What are you
and
doing?
forgiveness.
Bro, do you not see me breaking up?
You gotta let
You fucking dumbass. Go, man. Just get the fuck out of here, man. I'm trying to do my job, bro. Come on, get out the way. This guy is crazy.
talking shit to?
Bro, chill out, dog.
Vulnerability.
Chill out, bro.
That's what I thought.
Chill out. What do you mean? Get out the car, bro.
Janet Smurl, according to her
What
own
the hell?
testimony, was alone
What's the problem, bro? What's going on, man? I'm trying to do my job here,
You
bro.
got a fucking problem?
I'm not doing anything, man.
You got a problem?
What do you mean if I have a problem?
Oh, you gonna square up to me? I suggest you get.
Oh, you want to fight? You want to get down? You want to get down and boogie? Oh shit! Ah! He's trying to kill me! Oh, he got ran over like a dumbass.
I suggest you get your bitch ass back in there. That's your
And after she heard this,
Yo, you look stupid as
You wanna do something?
bro. You got ran over twice, my boy. You look embarrassing.
Get down. Get down.
You got ran over twice, my boy. You got ran over twice.
Square up. Square
Come on, bitch. Come on.
Come on, swing, man.
Come on. You want that two-piece combo?
Oh,
You want that two-piece? Two-piece?
Oh,
Oh shit, my balls. Oh, my glasses.
Come on.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
Oh,
Oh, he keeps kicking me. Fucking bitch.
oh,
Fucking bitch. Fucking bitch.
oh.
But when she turned her back again,
Oh, what was that?
voice
Swing.
Is that a secret jab?
That same
Oh,
Bitch, come on.
I see you in the kung fu arts, huh?
and then she grabbed a straw. Janet dropped the items that she held in her hands and ran up the stairs.
Oh,
Come on.
oh, my fucking, oh, you fucking bitch.
Doom.
Come on,
Come on.
come on, come on, come on, come on. Give it,
Something was
give,
calling
give.
out to
Oh,
her. But
Oh,
what exactly
oh, 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 let's go, let's go. Oh, oh,
hey,
Oh.
such a bitch ass
oh, oh,
dumb. Don't ever do that dumb shit ever again, you hear me?
oh my God. Oh,
That's what I
what's
thought.
going on?
Bitch ass motherfucker. get
What's
your ass
going
back
on?
in the van.
And I heard this
What's going
female
on?
voice.
Oh,
Get your bitch ass
what
back in the
happened?
van, bro. Rock your shit
What
again.
happened?
Clear.
Yeah, that's what
What'd you
I
say, bitch?
Oh,
Fuck your car!
oh,
Fuck your car!
Well, when I got to the
Oh, you fucking bitch!
door, there was no one there.
Oh, hell no, you better get that car. Now you gonna get them hands. Get out that damn car. Get out the motherfucker. Get out the car.
Put your hands up. Put your
Get your
motherfucking
fucking-
hands up. Put your motherfucking hands
Fucking
up.
bitch.
You don't keep swearing.
Fucking bitch.
I'll shoot your dumbass.
Oh, what? Oh, shit.
I'll shoot your dumbass.
Oh, no, he's trying to kill me.
Dreary, it was a rainy
He's trying to kill me.
day, so the light was
Help me, Jesus.
women
Help me, Jesus.
school and
Oh, no, he's trying to kill me.
Back in that van.
He's a crazy man.
Is he?
Oh, 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 my legs. Oh, oh, my legs.
the lamp was on again. And I stopped trying to
Bitch ass fool. Hey, man, leave my car alone.
Van.
That's my work truck, bitch.
did the dishes,
Fuck your motherfucking work.
do the laundry, and I turned on the light.
Fuck your work.
Yo, oh, 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 my back. Oh, my fucking back. Oh, you son of a bitch.
But
Yeah?
regular light bulbs in it.
Yeah, drop off.
Kids always know.
I'm out of here.
And we were always replacing the light bulbs.
I ain't driving off till I do this, bitch.
Keep it stepping. Keep it stepping.
2 times before.
Oh, that's what we doing. That's what you
Yeah, we're roll raging now, bitch.
Wrong guy, pal.
We're roll raging now.
But it's that light
Come on, wrong guy. You don't want to try this one.
We're roll raging now, bro.
twice.
Wrong guy.
Oh no, his car is powerful.
No one here to turn the
What's up with this car?
Soon afterwards,
I think my car broke.
faced a
Keep
parallel
delivering your.
Oh hell no, my car broke. You broke my car, you bastard.
evening.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. Come on, Big Bertha. Come on, Big Bertha.
Down at his feet.
That's right,
What he
bitch.
saw was absolutely horrifying.
Now it's my turn.
According to Jack,
Mm,
he looked down. He
mm.
saw a
Take that.
shadowy
Mm,
female
mm,
figure crawling
mm.
up on his body.
Come here.
His breath hot,
Look at you with Big Bertha, bitch.
rancid like
Come here,
rotten
bitch.
flesh.
And after waking up from his slumber and noticing
Yo, watch out, bro!
creature crawling towards
Watch
him,
out!
Jack looked around and noticed that he was levitating.
Oh shit, help me, bro!
Bed,
This guy is cuckoo!
there with a
He lost his marbles!
evil spirit crawling up his leg.
Freaking bitch! Oh, I'm gonna deliver one to you, bitch!
This shadowed female body was in an inhuman
Oh, damn, that car is fast.
up the bed, getting closer and
Where you
closer
going,
to
motherfucker?
According to him,
Oh, my car's fucked up.
seductive. With
Where
each
you
whisper,
going?
Yeah, you better stay in that car.
That fucking I'm gonna murder you.
You
bitch
better
ass.
stay in that car.
And according to
I'm gonna murder
Jack's
you.
testimony, he was actually
Fucking
raped
bitch.
by the spirit, sexually assaulted by
Hey
his
man, you're gonna have to
Get
pay
all
for the
that shit.
damages, bro.
I ain't paying
the
for shit.
swirls desecrated the sanctity of their marriage, which planted seeds of mistrust and fear, which eventually blossomed into a nightly vigil that the family began to hold.
Oh shit.
Where is you
Unseen
going?
demonic force.
Motherfucker, where's you
Who at
going?
the time was barely a toddler. On one
Yo,
side,
taco truck man, help me out, bro. Squeeze him in.
Yeah, where's
so
you
baby
going?
Crib
Squeeze him in, taco
back
man.
and forth with a violent force, with invisible hands shaking the structure as if in rage.
There's so
When
many
the
taco
family
trucks
members
behind us.
snatched Karen out of the crib, it stopped rocking.
Oh shit, I think my
This
truck
was
stopped
once
working.
again really only the beginning.
Oh shit.
This
This
is-
is
Eventually, the
Repair. Don't
violence
try
in the
that shit.
home
It ain't
surged
smoking.
with a sadistic
Where, bitch?
precision, which turned the Smurl family home into a reported spiritual battlefield, where no corner of the house offered any sanctuary.
I gotta put my seatbelt on.
Simon, the faithful German Shepherd, the family's dog, during one violent incident,
Yeah?
suddenly
You better get to step in.
unseen force levitated off the
Ugh.
ground and slammed against a wall. His agonizing yelp reverberated.
Take that, motherfucker.
Fucking tank or
Take-
what?
This
Oh shit, that shit is all
dog
fucked up now, you
slamming
fucking
up against
biatch.
the wall was witnessed reportedly by the children and
bastard.
some family members, which left
I got
them
ran
in
over.
deep despair. Mary Smurl, who would actually suffer a heart attack that she blamed on the
I tried,
ceaseless
yo.
stress of living
That gotta
at
fuck
home,
me up, man.
clutched her chest one evening in the dimly lit living room, her face absolutely drained of color amid the encroaching shadows that seemed to feed on her weakness. As she sat there in the living room, clutching her chest, feeling a pain within her
Oh,
own body,
fuck, I
a
got
heavy
beat
mirror
up,
in the
dude.
dining room plummeted
That was
to the floor
embarrassing.
without warning, its glass splintering and
He's
shattering
looking.
in a deafening crash that echoed throughout the house like a scream, with shards of glass narrowly missing Heather Smurl and shattering across the floor like demonic fingers.
She described it like a small black animal that was walking around the house, or that she happened to see when she was either going upstairs to go into bed. I think she was going upstairs to go into bed, and she described this small black, like a small animal. When
It's
she was
alright.
putting out the lights. You have-
Sometimes you gotta take an L, you know?
When she realized what she had seen, she was upstairs in the bedroom. But the first time that she saw this thing, she was watching television. My father-in-law was playing cards, and she had all the lights out in the
I'ma just do
room,
this delivery, I'ma log off.
which is bright.
I'll make that chang chang.
And she said all of a sudden, this black animal ran right past her to the corner of a love seat that she
Oh,
has in her
the hell, the
living
pink
room.
cage? What the fuck is
love
that?
seat is also a bed. It opens up into a bed, so that the bottom comes completely to the
Pink
floor,
cage?
maybe about an inch off of the floor.
This
She
is a
said
parking?
This thing stopped, and she said,
Oh, that
it
dude
ran
fucked my car.
her into the couch.
Fucking bitch.
But she said there's no way it could go under the couch because there is not enough room. We tried to move it away from the wall. She couldn't see any animal. She said all she could see is the back end of that it had no tail, and she couldn't see the face or a head. And then around Christmas time, she has this ceramic bowl that she keeps on her coffee table in the living room. And
That shit was
during
funny,
the
bro.
Christmas holiday, her and Jack were upstairs and her upstairs, and she had this on a little table in the hallway. And all of a sudden, she said, "Oh my God, this is kind of
Oh.
like what I saw run past me in the living
In other
room."
words, about that size.
About that size. And she said the legs were the way the legs were shaped basically is what she saw. But she said she did not see a tail or a head, a face.
John and Mary Schmerl, we are here at the home of the senior Schmerls. We have been investigating the phenomena taking place in their
We'll go fix this car.
mother-in-law's home. This is the other half of the duplex home at 332 now, Chase Street in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. Jack, or persistent in calling you Jack, John and Mary have also experienced phenomena on this side. While they were away from this home, there were noises that would take place. They would hear this from the other side. There would be nobody in this home at all on this side of the house. When Mary and John came home, they had found a china cabinet in the kitchen had actually been moved.
Sweet.
How far away from the wall had that been moved, Mary? About 18 inches, full of china.
Yeah.
Right? Now, is that something that you could really move that easily?
No, it's hard, very hard to move.
I could.
Well, no.
No. But nobody was in the house. Nobody was in this
Bunch
house
of like
at
some
all.
ghost stories.
Now, there have been other things.
Should take your
that people
times.
have
Thank you
written.
guys.
You people have
Hey, for the likes.
experienced
Appreciate you,
heavier
Tams.
pounding sounds
It's
than
always
they have next door.
MVP.
Now, you're a little bit hard of hearing. I understand you
Yes, yeah.
lost 60% of your hearing.
Yeah.
But you can hear these noises.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what did you hear, John?
Like a loud crash.
Like a lot, how close to you did that occur?
You think they're right on top?
Like it was right on top?
Right alongside the bed.
It was like where the night table would be?
Yeah,
No,
between that
no,
and the
it would be
closet.
over like on the other side of the bed. Or it was either there or up over the top, like, you know what I mean, in the attic. Like, because if you hit it up there, it would be the same noise practically, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, but we had the pounding in the closet, and on my night table every night I have it. And first I didn't think, you know, that it was that, but it surely was. And so then when we were down to my daughter's for Thanksgiving, and we were gone from Wednesday until Sunday. And my son couldn't go, him and his family, because he had to fix his bathroom. The tile was coming out. So he heard water running, and like somebody walking around over here. So he kept listening and listening. He said, Janet, he said, he said, I think there's somebody over in my house. And
Yo, I got down walking in my house, listening to demonic stories.
He all around, but he couldn't find anything. But my cupboard doors were open, and there was water in the sink. Now, there shouldn't have been any water in the sink because when we're gone how many days, from Wednesday until Sunday.
To be no reason why the water would be there.
Yeah, and then we went out another night to the doctor's, and Jackie heard this water running, and the toilet flushing, kept flushing all the time. And so he came over, He came over, and he looked to see if there was anything wrong with it. There wasn't. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just that it was flushing.
Now, you were in this room, in your living room.
I was sitting over there. You mean about the animal?
Yes.
I was sitting right there, and my husband went to play cards that night. It was a card night. And John, she was left back because...
What the hell? My camera just turned off? Fucking bitch.
And I was here by myself. And I turned the lights off and just had the TV light on because
Fucking
I figured there was enough light for me, and I was just happy, sitting here.
Dude, I literally have the settings on where it doesn't turn off and it still does it. It's just annoying.
Over here, and I saw this animal there, but I just put my sister, and just when like that, it was gone. It was just like a puppy, like, you know what I mean? Like one of these puppies, like, that are just born. But it didn't have I couldn't see the head that was down, and I couldn't see no tail.
And what color was it?
It was sort of a brownish, like, dark. Yeah, dark color. Yeah, dark color.
Did that frighten you?
Well, for the moment, I was talking. Who was I going to speak to? There was nobody in the both sides.
Well, Ray, when I go home, it'll be light in the house.
Oh, when you came home that night, every night, I think she was scared then, John. Now, John, is there anything other than what your wife has just explained that you have personally witnessed in this?
Well, one morning, I don't know, last week or the week before, I get up, one morning, I get up, I leave my sleep.
He dresses in the back bedroom.
And I'm in the back bedroom, I touch my clothes, and I'm starting to disturb it.
This trip is like an old timey video.
Clean shirt, my pants, stuff, and I keep socks and stuff on my bed. But you hear the pipes now. I thought it was the pipes now. But the heat don't overheat wasn't on. Naturally, you get a docking with it.
When the heat is cutting in.
The hell?
Expanding or contracting. But
How do I get down there?
where I get hold of the pipe,
Oh, I think I could take a shortcut. I see a shortcut down there.
Well,
I
you
think
sure
so, I'm
have
not
to
too sure.
share. Well, we used to see.
She's all the way down there. What the
It's
fuck?
like a mold, and we'd go to church and come back, and sure enough, that mold was there. But then it would leave, right away. But and then to me now, it didn't bother him, but it used to show up like a stuck, and in my nose, and I couldn't hardly breathe. And I used
The
to say,
fuck? I thought I
that
saw
went on
somebody.
for how many months? And
She
I said to
spooked me.
Janet, I said, my heavens, how long do I have to go like this?
Oh, shit.
Things going off that set. And but see, I used to see forms, like, you know what I mean? I went into my bedroom one night, it was dusk, and this form came out from like the back of the door, like just like this, And I went back, and I went back out into the hall. And so then I didn't tell him, I just told him tonight, that I seen a form a couple nights ago coming down the steps there, and all of a sudden it disappeared. And then
What the
I
fuck?
saw it
I
again,
guess. Oh, up there, I
where
see
was
it.
I say, oh, the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom last night, and it seemed like it came from the curtain in the bathroom, like,
From that area.
Yeah.
Now, how tall was the form, Mary?
Well, it just like was, like.
That was a
shot,
crazy ass
like
drop off.
Going through the air, like, you know what I mean, like in the air or something,
Would it be the size of an adult person?
More so, like, yeah.
Was it shadowy or could you see
Like a black, like a shadowy, like, color like
Black
that.
form.
Yeah, form.
like a black?
Yeah. And the knocking, we've heard the knocking now in the front bedroom. We've heard it now, but every night it's knocking on my side because the fella got it the last time he was here.
Yes.
Well, it's a work trip.
Michael got it on tape.
Yeah.
That's what Christmas.
And now it's in, and Jackie last night, or not last night it was, and the night before, he sprayed that.
Hey, what's up, welcome.
like
Hey, what's up, Thames?
door,
Thank you for the likes.
I see, I had Christmas.
Appreciate you.
Bow clothes and things in a bag.
I'm working as a delivery man now.
When I looked today, I opened the door.
It's good
I
money.
had to hang my coat up in there. And for 2 days, it's kind of brave. And so I opened the door and I
Cash money.
So I seen these
Yo, thank you, thank you, thank you.
rolls all in the front of the door.
Thank you for the likes.
Where it might have been,
Appreciate you.
disrupted. Yeah, disrupted in there. Jack said it toward the last, he sprayed it once, and then he said when it was
How you
done,
been though?
he said he just opened
Oh
the door.
shit.
Just give it
No
some
way.
more, you know? He had to laugh at him sometimes.
I know.
Mary, what,
Let me ask both of you, as I asked your son.
Oh shit, it's my turn.
daughter-in-law, independent of each other. What do you feel is wrong in these 2 apartments here? Do you feel
Don't be
that
texting and
the
driving,
predominance
bruh.
of the haunting nature? What do you really feel?
Yeah, I think so, because you feel very uncomfortable.
How about you, John?
But we try to keep our goals.
You never
Oh
experienced
shit.
it before, huh?
no,
Alright.
like growing up. When I
Oh, that
grew up, I
fucking
never
sucks.
used my grandchildren or my children bad. I never did.
No, I don't
No,
think
I
you'd be
mean-
that type.
I hope you feel better because yeah, headaches suck ass. Big time.
Especially when you're experiencing it.
Especially during like summer heats.
Makes
It's like
stories.
fuck. It's the worst, you wanna get a headache.
How old is your mother-in-law? Oh, she's so-and-so. Oh, she must be going through the...
Yeah, watching like some what's it called? The real story of the Conjuring.
Change of life or senile?
Shit's creepy.
Oh, Mary, I would never take you for
And what
senile.
about Janet says, holy cow, she said my mother-in-law is anything but senile. She said,
Oh, no.
the kids don't let her get senile. No, because everybody, even the doctors, they couldn't understand how old I was or anything.
I'm very, very surprised.
Yeah.
Tell us, I imagine you're very proud of, how old are both of you?
I'm 70, well, I'll be 71 in June.
I'll be 72.
Oh, God bless you. Not that one of you looks back.
49 years this August.
49. Oh, next year you'll be your 50th.
Yeah. And my daughter
I think I got that one. Oh, there's one right here across the street, bro.
Oh, this year.
There's like 3 of them.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Well, thank you very, very much. I really
You
appreciate
probably
it.
got everything covered.
Oh, I did. Thank you
Oh
so
shit, what the
very
fuck?
much.
My bad side, you know.
Yo, I got ran over.
Understand, I mean, you're still free.
My mother, that,
Yeah, there's Chris that's there.
He is Chris.
Throughout this time period, the family's prayers were constantly interrupted by mocking and disturbing inhuman whispers that, according to the family, mocked their Catholic devotion with a chilling glee. Everything was ramping up in the Smurl family home at this point. Prayers
Yeah, I
were
got
being
problems.
whispered, mirrors were shattering.
Not a good
babies'
idea.
cribs were rocking by
I think I was
themselves.
doing it like
German
what, like
Shepherd was
the other night I was
levitated
talking
and
to my
thrown
friend. I was
against the
passing
wall.
out on the phone on
House
him.
itself seemed to
And
breathe with hostility.
I started talking about like the
Walls contracted,
Illuminati,
expanding, as if it was
Freemasonry. I was
alive,
talking about some
in
crazy
aid
ass
of
shit
the
in my
family's
sleep.
growing terror and
She
exhaling
was
it back in
pretty
waves
cuckoo.
of amplified dread.
This one particular day, I went to the store, and I
It
came
was no
home.
bueno.
The front door was unlocked and pushed over to the wall.
Not just the jar.
Not just
Also,
the
hers
jar,
not good because then you start having like bad
Oh,
dreams and
So
stuff like
I
that.
got a little bit upset.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my gosh, somebody's in the house.
This is my
Well,
fault.
When I came in, of course, there was nobody here. Now, that happened many times with the door. This one particular day, again, we were getting ready to go camping, so I went to the store, and of course, all the children were in school. And as I was
She was
pulling
creepy.
up in front of
I
the
forgot to
house,
text my friend what the hell was I saying.
was coming in
I was
the
saying some
front
pretty
door,
crazy
and I
stuff.
could see that the door, again, was pushed right
Sweet.
over to the wall. So I thought Don had come in from school. It was around 2:15, and I thought, well, maybe Don's home now. So I was
Sweet.
coming into the door about 2 seconds after my nephew, and he's standing just about
Fuck,
right
I'm gonna turn
here,
on that fan,
and
it's
he's
hot.
hollering for Don, and I said, is she home? He said, she must be.
I didn't think it was gonna be that hot. Damn.
So I hollered
Fucking
for her,
PCs,
Don,
like,
no
hot.
answer, and I looked because she always puts her books down in a certain place, and I looked and her purse was not there.
Oh.
I said, she's not here.
Wait,
In
is that a
that
player?
time, Don came into
I
the
hope
house.
not.
Now, no one else was
Oh
here.
shit, I did that in front of the
He
police.
could get in, and yet the door was wide open.
And things were really escalating at this point. For years, Janet specifically had been experiencing lots of paranormal activity in the home.
Oh, as you see
And
the
at
cops, I'm gonna
times,
be like,
she
break
even
yourself,
heard the
cuz.
spirits mimic her own voice. One time, while she was in the bedroom with her husband Jack, Their dresser was shoved against a door by a phantom
Fuck was that?
force in order to trap her and Jack inside of the bedroom. And Janet frequently
Pawn
talked
shop?
about how she experienced a pervasive sense of an evil presence
Uncut
from within
Sap-
the home, including feeling
Uncut
being watched or
Sapphire,
followed.
camera.
On one chilling evening, when she
The fuck
awoke
is all
in
of this
bed,
stuff?
she saw
A knife?
dark, man-like form
pretty cool.
standing over the bed,
Who the fuck was that?
which dissipated when she turned on the light. On another evening, just like her husband Jack reported, she
Oh,
was
shit.
raped by the spirits.
Freaking dumbass.
Shoulder
From the
check.
book, The Haunting.
Wait, what? Oh, what the hell? Damn, bro, we started a traffic jam.
And write down their experiences.
Aw, man.
Awakened one night by a crushing
Yo, you're gonna have to pay for that, bro.
Hold on.
You're gonna have to pay for that, bro. No, 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 no,
Hold
no.
on. Now let's move.
Yo, officer, I need some help. This guy is trying to escape from the insurance. Oh, look, he's running away. He's running away. Yes, you are. Fucking thief. Oh, ah. Oh, shit.
Fucking liar.
What'd you say, bitch? Waka!
He insulted me.
Her nightgown torn and her body marked with bruises. There was also another terrifying physical incident that Janet experienced when an unseen force violently threw her across the room, causing her to hit her head
He's like,
against
he
the
assaulted
wall,
me.
resulting in
He
a
assaulted
bruise. And
Get the fuck
chillingly,
outta here, bro.
in a truly disturbing
Why aren't the lights
twist,
turning off?
one evening, when
Nobody
Janet
doesn't
was
see me.
alone in her
Come on, come on,
room,
come on, come on. Let's
she
get the
saw
fuck
a
out of here, yo.
dark
I just
and
assaulted
grotesque
someone.
vision. In the darkness of the room, she saw what looked
Oh,
like
shit.
a pig-like face with tusks.
Oh, shit, who's
in
that?
her bedroom.
Oh,
She
damn.
interpreted this as a physical manifestation of the demon.
Well, I have been,
It's not cool to punch.
Oh, oh, no, my car.
after your first visit, I was hit me. What part of your body? Always
Oh, Lord.
or my feet.
My truck's messed up.
Back in June,
This guy messed up my truck, bro.
night
He
and
messed up my truck, bro.
fall asleep.
Oh, shit, he's trying to kill me.
I heard his voice, and they were very loud.
Oh, shit, GTA, motherfucker. No, no, don't flip my truck. Don't flip my truck, please. I'm trying to work a decent job. Don't flip my truck, bro. You better go pick up the cops or something. Wait, what the fuck is that? What the hell?
Hollering at my father.
But that wouldn't be characteristic of
No, not like her at all.
Oh, no, my truck.
Once he goes to sleep.
No, my truck.
No.
Oh, Lord.
I got up and I
Oh, so close.
the neighbors, so I looked out of the window. All the homes were in darkness.
So you knew it couldn't be
So
coming
I-
from any of the homes.
Right, so I got back into bed and I could
Is he coming?
hear this terrible walking up and down the hallway.
I don't think so.
Very heavy, like somebody
Oh, no, he's done. Alright, we can go back to working.
Terrible, frightening walk. And
I
laid
punched that
there
dude straight in the face.
scared to death.
That was good.
Am I the only one that hears this? You must be going crazy. So it stopped and I got up out of bed
Yo, is this thing even gonna make it?
All by yourself.
all by myself, and I opened the kitchen window because it was very warm, and I came in here, Simon came with me, and I had a cigarette, and I thought, well, I'll just wait.
Yo, I just decked his ass in front of the police.
The heavy walking was continuing. Back and
Yo.
forth in the hallway, and I thought, am
I just
crazy?
fucking
My
decked
whole
him.
family's upstairs, so I put the ashtray on the kitchen
He
table,
was
I
like,
left the
he
window
was
open.
shocked.
That's how I knew I wasn't dreaming in the morning. When I went back upstairs to bed and I got in, it was banging like somebody had fists.
Let me lock it just in
Banging
case.
it on top of our triple dresser in the bedroom. I tried to wake Jack up. No way could I wake him up. I had my whole body wrapped around him, trying to pull him to awaken him, and I couldn't. After I lay there, the dog was very restless. He kept pacing back and forth, back and forth. He
Are
came
you
over
fucking
to me,
serious?
and he knew I was awake, and he put his mouth on my arm, and he tried to pull me out of the bed.
The dog.
Right now, he has done this in the bathroom too, where he has tried to pull me out of the bathroom. And then he laid down on my side, which is very odd. He always lays down on Jack's side of the bed. He laid down by me, and I petted him. I petted him for a while. Like he did not want to leave my side, and I could not understand why. I was the only one in this house that heard all this all night. It was all night that this carried on.
Now, most likely the other members of the family were in this.
I gotta fix this shit.
state
It's all fucked up now.
to you. It was meant to frighten you. It was reaching out to you, and it was meant to do it in a terrifying manner?
Oh, the next morning, I said to him, I explained to him everything that had happened the night before, and he said, oh, it did not. I said, I will tell you if I was dreaming. And I went into the kitchen, and there, the kitchen window was open, and there was the ashtray right where I had left. I said, Jack, I know
Oh, shit.
I was not dreaming.
Okay, now you were doing that in order to help yourself to be in touch with reality.
That I knew that it was
You were
not a
physically
dream,
here.
that I was here.
That you were physically in this room with the animals during the
Right.
night by yourself.
Right,
And
because I really did. There were times when I thought.
Sorry,
I
guys, I'm
was
playing
losing
a
my
basketball
mind. I
game.
would be sitting at the kitchen table, and I would be making a store list out. The front door would open, slam, and this voice would say, Janet. And again, it was a female voice. I would say, come on in, I'm in the kitchen. Nobody came, so I got up. I came in here, doors closed, but yet it has done that many times. Open the door and slams it. And the voice. Now, all summer long, it would call me, Mom, Mom, Mom. And I would say, what? And there, of course, there would be nobody there, and I would be running from room to room. The one night, Jack was over talking to his mother, and the two older girls were in the kitchen, and the two younger ones were outside playing. And I was coming out of the bathroom, and this voice was saying, "Mommy."
Oh shit!
That's what Jack does.
Oh my god, are you okay, bro?
And I'm saying, what?
Oh my god, are you okay? I'm so sorry.
I go down to the bed.
I'm so sorry, are you okay?
It's okay.
I'm so sorry, yo. I didn't mean to do that. Oh my lord.
So I asked
My life flashed before my eyes. Oh, that's the one that can't drive.
It's a female voice that I
The first priest to visit the Smurl home was named Father Raymond L. Karsiak, a longtime family friend of the Smurls. He was invited over to
Don't
the
give a
family
bud.
duplex for dinner one evening.
Give a
during the
damn
worst
red or
part of the
yellow.
Spiritual siege, at which point the Smurls told him about the problems they'd been experiencing in the home. At the time, the family was relieved to find the father took their words seriously and believed them. However, after Father Karsiak went upstairs and began spraying the property with holy water, he then told the Smurls that he suddenly realized he was in the presence of something evil. He said, "You're nice, normal people, and this shouldn't be happening to you." As the priest talked to the family upstairs, Janet could see that he had begun to sweat and was becoming increasingly nervous. The Smurls had the sense that the presence was applying pressure on Father Karsiak to leave their house. Nonetheless, the priest continued to go throughout the home, blessing each room with holy water and commanding the demon to leave these people alone. At one point, though, the pressure became so much on the priest, and he looked so shaken, that Janet and Jack were afraid he might pass
Man,
out.
nothing in
But
this car.
Father Karsiak bravely finished the blessing, then had some coffee in the kitchen with the couple, and left. To their surprise, the Smurls found that for 3 days following the blessing, their home was untroubled by the demon. But after those 3 days of peace, the demon returned several weeks later and began trying once again to dominate the Smurls. This was signaled by an especially troubling incident in which Mary Smurl,
Think
whose
almost
health
killed
remained
somebody.
bad, found herself
Yo, if you're in the way,
along
you're
her
gonna get
mattress
trampled.
so high in the air, she was forced
Car
to jump
bike.
to the ground from the
Trample your
levitating
ass.
bed, badly bruising her knees. Her husband, who was out playing cards at the time, became incredibly angry when Mary told him the story, and he helped Jack and Mary reach their decision to call Monsignor Francis King.
I think that dude's
to
dead.
come once again bless the
Think so.
duplex. The Monsignor
Oh, shit, my
entered the
bad.
house and blessed each room with holy
Where's up?
water,
Where's
and
up?
once again, according to the family,
What?
this blessing kept the demon at bay.
Wait,
for
what?
several days.
Fuck you.
Unfortunately,
Fuck you
the
too,
alarm was
bitch!
signaled when
Fuck you.
closet doors
Fuck you!
started opening and banging shut.
Motherfucker, you better drive away.
Here's a clip of the Smurls talking about
Little
these
puss.
closet doors opening and shutting by
Little puss in
themselves.
boots.
in the springtime.
Finally, I have some lights. Jesus Christ, couldn't see. Oh, oh my bad.
It's okay, I'm sorry.
I didn't even see that car there.
Close like a regular door. It's a louvered door that comes together in the middle. You push it this side.
Oh
and
shit.
the door comes
Ciao, man.
this way. It's on a hinge. And it's on
Friggin'
a lock
dummy.
top.
Don't know how to drive.
I tried to do this many times, and I thought it was very strange. This door would open and shut. Open
I'm
and
cuckoo
shut.
for-
And there is
what the
no
hell?
way. We can't do it. We
Yeah,
tried.
that car looks familiar.
Impossible.
Huh.
Cannot open the door and pull it back. Have to push it in the middle.
It's on a track.
It's on a track.
Hey, what up, Tans? Welcome back.
The door
Welcome back to the
hinges
gym.
out towards you.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
Almost like
I'm like practicing how to promote my shit. Oh shit.
Oh, it was going very fast.
Gotta say super fast like the streamers, you know?
And you cannot do that.
Are you fuck?
There is no way that you can do that. In the beginning, it would open the door and just leave it in that position. So I would go over and close the door. And it would
You
do it
was
again.
be talking so much stuff
Particular
to.
days, I was getting dressed and I was sitting on the bed and I was putting my shoes on and this door started to open.
Yeah, we
Back
talking
and
too much
forth, back
shit.
and forth. So I hollered at him. I said, will you knock it off? I'm in no mood for you today. And the door shut.
Listen to you.
So then I got up and I started to do something. And
Oh,
it
thank
opened
God.
and shut and opened and shut. And I said, didn't I tell you to knock it off? And it went, shh, door closed. It's totally impossible. My husband has tried to do that. There is no way that you can do that with that door.
The Smurls then began keeping a diary of the events at the suggestion of a university researcher who had spent most of his life investigating the paranormal, which gave them a record and showed them certain patterns, such as how the entity would draw energy from them and use it against them if they were very upset about something. The Smurls considered going public at the time, such as calling a nearby TV station, but decided against it because they feared people would think they were either crazy or making the whole thing up. Fortunately, though, it was at this time that Janet Smurl received one of the most important phone calls of her life from a friend of hers who lived just outside town, named Carla Davies. A phone call which eventually led to the family's contact with Ed and Lorraine
The fuck?
Ward. However, this was frustrating for the Smurls. They felt like they couldn't get help from the church because diocese officials are often skeptical of the supernatural as they fear being drawn into a hoax or something that will
confused.
later be explained away by perfectly logical means. However, this leads to one of the most chilling events in the entire story. On one day, feeling like they needed help more than any other time, after Jack reported being raped by the succubus, Janet Smurl called the local diocese office. Someone in the office picked up the phone, and she began relating their troubles. The man on the phone identified himself as a Father O'Leary, and after listening to Janet's pleas for help, Father O'Leary promised to take the matter to the chancellor at the diocese and get back to her. However, later on, when Janet called the diocese back again after hearing nothing, they said they had no idea who Father O'Leary was. There was no Father O'Leary in the diocese office, and they had no record
Oh, shit!
of Father
Oh, my-
O'Leary ever visiting
Bro!
or even being present.
You okay, man?
This to
No.
Janet and Jack
Oh my God,
shook them to
dude.
the bone, and
Sheesh.
it led them to believe
Now
the
they
demon
freaking
that
give
was
him money.
in their house,
God damn
their
it.
family had impersonated a priest on the phone,
I don't know.
specifically to
Confused
delay
now.
a cleansing of the home. And
Where
to
the fuck
make
do I
a
even
fool
go?
to make her feel more crazy.
This is so
Instill them
confusing.
with false hope and damage her credibility. And that's because
the
when
hell?
Janet then called the real chancellor, Father Gerald F. Mullally,
Yeah.
the next day
That
he
was-
listened politely, but his voice became tight and guarded.
What
when
the
she
hell?
mentioned the supernatural. Father Mullally promised to take the matter under
The hell, you
consideration
dumbass?
and get back to Janet the next day, but he never called back. Now, after facing outcry from the Smurls' Catholic friends,
think I gotta go
the
this
diocese
way, right?
eventually
I'm
did
confused.
dispatch a priest to their home, and it turned into a sort of pseudo-political thing within the church, where there were priests that wanted to help the family, there were priests from other dioceses that wanted to come out and help the family, but the church
Are you
itself
fucking
was afraid
serious?
to break protocol. And later on, when the Smurls went to the media and turned to them for help, the church actually got upset with them because they claimed that they hadn't come to them first, which was a lie, according to the Smurls, because they'd been begging for help for months, for years.
And this only amplified their own isolation inside of a home that now pulsed with an almost ancient, vengeful energy which some would claim was drawn from the blood-soaked soil nearby. However, bringing the priest in to attempt to bless the home, according to the Smurls, only made things worse, and the paranormal phenomena raged on with a renewed viciousness. In the middle of the night, the Smurl family's mattresses would shake and vibrate as if they themselves were possessed by seismic fury, jolting the family awake night after night with screams and their hearts hammering in fear, the motion of the bed evoking the subterranean shifts of old mines or the stamping and stomping of historical ghosts. Footsteps began to echo even more heavily and even more frequently.
Dude, I'm so
throughout
confused because it says the
attic,
package is over here.
heavy and ominous, accompanied
I don't
by
even see that shit, though.
human whispers that seemed to slither from within the walls like venomous serpents. Whispers that mocked the family, and sometimes, according to them,
Probably the craziest
threatened
delivery I've
them.
ever done.
Janet Smurl seemed to be one of the members of the family that was targeted by this haunting the most. In one chilling incident, Janet was alone. She was relaxing. Nothing bad had happened that day. Everything seemed to be normal. That is until, while she was alone, she was confronted by a black, inky mass that hovered over her bed, its form undulating like a living heartbeat of darkness. As Janet sat staring at this morphing, amorphous black orb, she felt a chill radiate through her entire body that seemed like it froze her all the way to her soul. As she stared at this black, amorphous mass, it seemed to whisper to her, whisper of eternal damnation, almost like a threat, before it eventually
Jesus
vanished
Christ,
into
this was
thin air.
like far
The
as
small
hell.
children, who were innocent victims in this nightmarish haunting, seemed to bear the brunt, though.
At one point, one of the Smurl daughters even claimed that she had been violently pushed down the stairs by the demonic entity and escaped from the incident covered in deep bruising and bloody cuts. And this entity would frequently mess with the children's toys. For example, in the book The Haunted, it states, one afternoon, Janet came home to find her daughter's toys scattered all over the living room floor, though the girls swore they had been put away earlier. And in a separate quote from the book, the authors state, another time, the children's toys were found stacked in a bizarre pyramid shape in the middle of the room, an arrangement that none of the family members could explain.
I had a bracelet. I had brain surgery 2 years ago, and I have a stainless steel bracelet that I wear, a medical alert bracelet, which says that, you know, I do have, I could have seizures, and that I am also allergic to penicillin. And it has...
That was funny.
It has a chain, it has a special lock.
They just
on it.
push the guy.
So you can't lose it. Okay?
You need to run him over.
I never take this thing off, except when I take a shower. Okay? Now, the one night I went up to take a shower, and I took my metal off, and I took my bracelet off, I put it on top of the towel cabinet in the bathroom. While I was sitting on the commode, I was cutting my toenails, I could hear 3 raps on the wall. Right, but along with the 3 raps, with the first rap, I thought I could hear tingling of metal. It was like unusual. There was 3 raps on the wall, but yet on that first rap, it was like a
Dude, this package is far.
against metal,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
So I didn't pay any attention because this is common happenings in our house, so I continued to cut my toenail, and it rapped 3 more times. But this time, it was just 3 raps, no metal noise. So I got in the shower, I took a shower, I come out, I put my metal on, I went to put my bracelet on, my bracelet was done. I never left the bathroom, never opened the bathroom door. I took everything in the bathroom, and I emptied it. I looked in the
Come
commode,
on, let's
the
go.
basket, where the towels were, the hamper, moved everything, and it was nowhere to be found. Then it dawned on me that the first time I heard the rap, I heard the pinging, that the chain must have, when it picked it up, it must have pinged off of the top of the cabinet and it's gone.
And is that also met with the cabinet?
Correct, correct.
Awesome.
And I haven't seen it since, it hasn't come back. So that's basically, and then I was missing a white shirt, which was gone for about a year, that has never returned. Okay, but along this same thing, it was right by the chimney. And now that's the chimney that used to be functional when they had the coal stove in the kitchen. Okay, it's no longer functional because when we had a blue roof put on the house, we had it knocked off at the roof line, so that the chimney is just basically just standing there, and it's no use anymore. So Janet and I both had the feeling that possibly this could be the place, because this is where I heard the pinging noise, that this could possibly be the place to store this thing. So on a one Sunday, we took the ladder, we went up to the attic. I went up to the attic, and we went back to we went up just generally to look in the attic to see if we could find any places where we could find any of this stuff. So we couldn't find anything. But while I was up in the attic, something made me feel that I had to go to the back of the house. So I went to the back of the house, and as I'm looking around in there, it dawns on me, and I'm looking at this chimney that stops at the roof wall. So I got up on the ladder, a small ladder I had, and I couldn't get my head in there to look down with a flashlight because it wasn't cut off enough. And the bricks were too hard to pull off. The mortar was too hard. So I said to
Been there a
Janet,
good many years.
right, and I said to Janet, I said, I'm going to have to come up here with a hammer and a chisel and stuff, and I said, I'm going to have to take this thing apart because, this mortar is like iron. Because when this house was built, everything, even the walls, the star drills wouldn't go through them, it's very well built. So about 2 weeks later, we got frustrated again with things missing, so we went back up to the attic. My daughter
Tripped out there like a good as far as I was on the walk
find the
across.
opening, but still on the ladder. And I went up there, and I put the ladder up there, and I had the hammer and the chisel and all my tools ready. And I went up there, and the whole chimney is soaking wet, all the way around.
And yet there's no way that water could get in there because
None.
it has no opening outside at all.
Right, and 2 weeks prior to that, it was as solid as iron. So now I just went up and I just started taking the bricks off by one, and when I hit all that was in between them was sand. There was no sign of mortar left at all, except 5 feet down, and then that was the rest was solid like it was 2 weeks prior. But from like, it was just like it was telling me, go ahead, take the chimney down.
Because it's not
You're not
there.
gonna find anything anyway.
No.
And-
To satisfy your curiosity.
Right,
Oui.
and it's still like that because when like the 2 researchers were here, when Mike and Tony were here, we went up into the attic. Now, one of the things in relationship to the chimney that we also noted was the first time we were up there, all the times we were up there, I should say, we noticed that when we were by the chimney, there was scratching on the roof, like there were a couple hundred birds or something scratching on the roof.
Or squirrels.
Or squirrels or something like that. We noticed that the first time we were up there. The second time my daughter got a little bit frightened because it was, it's a pretty loud noise. And it isn't there when you first get there, you have to wait a couple of minutes. And then of course when Charlie, the researcher, and Tony were up there with myself, the same thing happened to us again, like scratching all around the boat.
But yet nothing was on the roof.
Nothing.
Well,
And
nothing was on the roof.
The first time we even sent Heather out to the backyard, we said, Heather, go outside and look up on the roof and see if you can see any birds or, she said, no, there's nothing up there.
God
But
damn
yet
it.
You could hear this, and it was loud, like a loud scratching. Not like a squirrel would make, it was really loud.
Like a cat or,
Even louder than, like a large animal. Very loud
and there would
scratching.
be no way that a large animal
No.
could get on that roof.
No.
These earrings, I've had a few
Oh, earrings.
experience with the earrings. It's not that they're very expensive because I do have expensive ones, but these were just maybe $10 or $15. But I liked them because of the way they were made. They were made so that a piece goes, it was all one piece. You didn't have to have a backing on it. The piece would go through your ear and it would have a special lock on the back. The first time I wore them, that I had something
think that's
happen
it.
to them.
That's the
They
last
were
delivery.
damaged, and it just so happened I had left them on at home. I couldn't take them off. And when we were there overnight, in the morning I got up and I left them in my ears when I went to bed so I wouldn't lose them. In the morning, the earrings were gone. So we looked all over, Jack and the kids, we shook the sleeping bags, we took the whole place apart, we couldn't find them. In the meantime, I made breakfast, I was brushing the girl's hair, I went to do the dishes, and when I pulled my hand out of the dishwater, the earrings were slipped onto my finger.
Onto over your finger like a ring.
Right,
Okay.
just like a ring. 2 of them. And I thought, I would have seen them. Of course. I would have seen them long before this. So they were not on my hand when I got up in the morning. The second time they were missing, I had worn them on a Wednesday at home. And I took them off, and I have a place I put them because I wear them the most. When I went to get them on Friday, the earrings were gone.
Shit, I gotta turn off the
Could
fan.
not find them. Kid looked. I said, well, maybe it took them and put them in your jewelry. We looked everywhere. Could not find the earrings. About 2 weeks later, I was getting ready to take a shower, and Jack, medical
Oh,
bracelet
hell
came
no,
to my
man.
mind. Maybe
Should've
he
been
took
watching
this
creepy
medical
stuff right now.
bracelet And put it in his
I'm
jewelry
getting
box,
creeped out.
because
Oh,
Jack
no.
has a little jewelry box where he can tie clips and cufflinks, but he never used
Oh
it
shit, hey, what's up?
except for a
I was like, who's that?
You were very informal.
I'm like a little
Yeah.
blind, I have to like squint so I can see like
So that's an idea. So I went
legally
down
blind.
to the bedroom and opened
I just
the
smile.
door,
What do you
and I
mean?
let out one yell because
Don't tell me
there
what
in
to
the
do.
front of his jewelry box, and now on top of his jewelry box, he has American
I'll
Rifle
smile when I wanna.
piled up. So
I'm
you know
smiling
it's
on
not
the
real.
inside.
And when I opened it up, there
Eh,
my
eh,
place
eh.
were my 2 earrings standing straight up side by side. When I took them
You
out,
playing?
they had like a coating.
Oh yeah, you gotta be locked in.
Good red-
It's
I
GTA,
had to
baby.
scrape it off the silver. Like almost like a pasty type. That's how, I don't know how long
Sweet.
the earrings were sitting in there that way.
Wait,
I
what?
was
Why is it so
getting
little
ready
this
for
time?
school, this morning, and she came down in a fit because her new jeans
The
that
fuck?
she
I
had
got
laid
paid
out
less
on
than
top
last time.
they were gone.
I got
And
ripped off.
because there's such a difference of size, you can't even say, well, Heather took them because Heather wouldn't fit into them. So,
Whatever, I
I said,
guess.
now, Dawn, they have to be here. She said, Mom, they're not. She said, I looked in the closet, I looked in the drawers, I looked in the bath. I said, well, maybe it's in the hamper, maybe it's in the laundry basket. Could not find the jeans.
There it
When
is,
She came home from school that day. She went up to change her clothes. She
You're
opened
funny.
the drawer, and they're right on top where the jeans again. Now, it has taken clothes. It has taken bathing suits
Sweet.
where you look for them.
Got a new
It does
car.
take a lot of clothing. The incident with the rosary bead, Heather always had them in bed with her.
Unlock the
I
new
said to her, she
vehicle.
said, "They're gone." I said,
The
"Heather,
pony.
well, you know, when you sleep, maybe it's in the
Jump
pillowcase,
on it.
maybe it fell down
I'm
on the
riding.
stairs to the side." No, Mom,
Oh, I'm so close to being able to buy a
when they all
house.
went to school, I went upstairs.
Sweet.
I stripped the bed down bare. I took the mattresses off, the mattresses
Oh, it's just
off,
locked.
the sheets, everything. Shook everything out, empty the waste paper bags.
The
It
fuck?
went on my hands and knees
That was
all
creepy.
around the room, and I could not find them. So right before they came
Oh,
home
thank
from
you.
school,
Thank you for
I
the likes.
thought, well,
Appreciate you.
I'm gonna go look again.
Sweet.
When I went up to look the second time, on top of the main
Man, I
bed,
got ripped off, dog.
my
I was supposed to get paid more.
they had
The
I'm
first
pissed.
time that anything really started to be missing was over my
Out the
mother.
garbage.
My mother would have, again, not anything of real
Oh,
value,
shit, she
just
don't work.
something that she would notice that was gone because
Man, you know what?
it
Oh,
was
oh,
frequently
he knocked my hat off.
would be missing.
Fucking bitch.
And of course, my mother would say to the girls, "Did you take my makeup kit?" Because the girls were starting to use just
Fucking
older
bitch.
girls were just starting to use makeup and stuff like that. Or maybe the
Get your ass
babies,
beat, boy.
twins. And my mother would have
Get your ass beat.
and it would be missing for a couple of days, and it would turn back
Motherfucker.
in almost the same exact
Yeah, you
spot
did?
that found to be missing.
You look familiar. Huh. What the fuck is that?
I don't know you.
Oh, shit.
He's gonna get you.
Yo, you saw that shit? Whoa, he's still alive.
Damn. What?
Yo, this dude's still
Damn, this
alive,
dude's
bro.
eating him.
What the fuck?
So her school
Yo, alright.
up a
I think
couple
he's
of
dead now, is
days.
he?
It took several
Think he's
days.
dead?
I fucking hope
Yo,
so.
that just scared the fuck out of me, dude.
Yo.
He's like a zombie.
Yeah, fuck that guy, you know?
Oh, shit.
baking
That-
pans, household items. It takes, it's not that
I hate
it's
his car on
expensive,
purpose.
but just enough for you to know that it's missing when you go to use it in front of it. Well, where are all my brown towels? And I used to think to kids, what do you do? Take them to school and leave them in your locker for a month? Or no, I had a yellow one today. So it was after a while, one brown towel was returned, then another one.
Oh, hell no, I can't even get in the car.
They'd be returned, they'd be obvious, right? They would be returned right where you thought they were in the
Oh,
first
man. Wish I could watch the stream.
A couple of months ago, wanted to make something which required canned mushrooms. So
Oh,
she
these
knew
guys
she
are
had
cracked,
some canned
though.
mushrooms downstairs in the cellar where she stores her canned foods because she buys
Man, I got ripped off, yo.
She was making this.
I only got paid $3,000.
So my father, when he was down, would you get the bring up the mushrooms? So he went down to look for the mushrooms. They were gone. She knew she bought them. She knew she had them. So obviously she couldn't find them. So my dad was going to the store. So she told my dad, pick up 2 more cans of mushrooms, on your way back. So he brought them back. So she used them. She went back downstairs for something else, and there they were sitting right where they were originally. And type of things like that. It's obvious. And she has a pair of my mother also has a pair of slacks that she wears, daily slacks around the house. Okay, she likes them because they're nice and soft and everything. And one day she couldn't find them. She knew she washed them, pressed them, and she put them in her drawer. The next day she went to get them, and they were gone. Now they were missing for a couple of days, and then they showed right back up in the same drawer, in the same place that she had them previous.
Just seems to be annoying.
Correct. Very hard to explain. My own personal.
Oh, shit, I gotta turn on the air. I'll be back.
I would say that the house was haunted.
You do believe the home is haunted?
Absolutely.
Do you believe your home?
There's no doubt. And if you had told me this a year ago, I would probably told
Oh,
you
shit, I gotta go get my milk,
you
yo.
needed a psychiatrist. But I am a believer that this house is really haunted.
Thank you very much, both of you, for your interview this afternoon.
Jack Smurl, ever the stoic protector, was bitten on the
Yo,
ear one evening by
totally
what he
forgot.
claimed were invisible fangs,
just got
demonic
to it.
jaws. The pain sharp and searing like a fire. A bite
Man,
which
this
left a crimson
bitch
welt on
ass
his
job,
beard
man.
that he
She
said
ripped me
throbbed
off.
with some sort of unholy heat. So as you can see, things were getting worse by the day.
Bitch ass car.
Children were being shoved down the stairs. People were being bitten by fangs. The toys were arranging themselves in disturbing circles. And like before, The Smurls
Fuck is
weren't
that,
the
like a
only ones
d-
noticing
demon
that something
face?
was
What the fuck?
happening inside of the home. Neighbors of the Smurls confided amongst themselves in
Bitch
hearing
ass car.
eerie noises echoing from the duplex in the middle of the night, and they even stated that they themselves had seen the shadows moving from window to window inside the home. But the Smurls, still leaning on their faith, continued to pray, but the prayers provoked only vicious backlash from the entity. Also, the family's financial burdens were mounting relentlessly. Mary Smurl's medical costs were building from the heart attack that she had suffered. There were endless repairs needed to the home's leaking pipes and damaged fixtures. The young twins in the family obviously had needs of their own, and the stress of the family was building. Not only were they dealing with an evil, dark, twisted entity that wanted to hurt and possibly even kill them, but they were also under immense financial stress, which mirrored the
Where did
home's
they park
decay,
the car?
which was perhaps exacerbated by the shifting mines found below ground in the city. Suddenly, objects within the home began to defy the laws of physics. Heavy vases were launched across rooms in sudden, unprovoked flights, as if they were thrown by unseen forces, shattering against walls with explosive force, which left the family in fear. Guttural, pig-like grunts began to emanate from within the walls of the home, unearthly sounds that seemed to evoke ancient demonic lore, and it seemed like the house itself became angry with the family.
As of the last couple of months, most knocks are in three. 3 knocks on the front door.
3, of course, is a very magical number, and many times the phenomena that occurs in these homes does occur.
3 knocks on the back of the commode. 3 knocks in the corner of a room. 3 knocks up in the bedroom between the 2
The
double
fuck?
mirrors on our dresser where there is a crucifix. Now this just happened as of late, and that disturbs me because it never bothered a religious item before. Now it has banged under a crucifix, and it has banged in the center of a rosary that hangs from my oldest daughter's bed. Well, they just had one the other night, and they had one a couple weeks ago where it was unusually loud, like somebody dropped maybe something from the ceiling or from the attic. It's terribly loud, like crashing, banging, really loud. My father almost stoned out. And for him to hear this, it would have to be
Yo, I got Kaya. There's a dude over there.
I don't know if it was that loud on our side.
Right. It's happened over my mother's twice, okay? We've never had that real one sudden bang sound. We usually have rappings in both of them, and not that loud.
Oh shit.
You know, not that terrible.
Peekaboo.
I should say.
No.
Because you got to keep in mind that my father is about 60% deaf, and the night it happened, it woke him up. He's 60% deaf, and he was also sound asleep, and he's a deep sleeper. And he went up, in his words, he went about a foot or 2 off the bed,
But he did.
and it's really startled him. Okay, now for him to hear it, it had to be tremendously loud. Okay, and we heard nothing on our side, and we were also in bed at the same time.
And Janet Smurl's nights began to turn to those of absolute torment, as she began to be plagued by vivid nightmares of clawed silhouettes looming above her with red eyes of blaze and hatred, their whispers promising eternal suffering, as shadows danced around her room in her nightmares malevolently. And at this point, illness began to sweep through the household like a plague. Mary and John Smurl's health conditions weakened further, and suddenly, the Smurl twins began to burn with unexplained fevers and illnesses, and it seemed as if the entity that was haunting the family was siphoning their life force, stealing their energy and their souls, leaving them pallid, pale, with no energy, completely drained amidst the relentless and unforgiving assaults.
At this point, the Smurl family was fed up with not receiving answers and not receiving help, and at some point along the way, they reached back out to the local Catholic diocese, and over the next few months and years, the diocese sent over priests, sometimes to spend the entire evening with the family, who would all search for proof of the paranormal demonic haunting that was plaguing the family. Specifically, one of these priests was a Monsignor Eugene Clark, who was dispatched to stay at the Smurl residence overnight to investigate the reported haunting. However, as stated in the book, the priests came to the Smurl house a few times, some to stay overnight while the family slept, but none of these stays resulted in the priests observing evidence that supported the notion of a bona fide haunting or demonic infestation. Every single time a priest would come over to spend time with the family, especially if they stayed overnight, it seemed like the entity or entities was smart enough to stay quiet. And this caused the family to become even more isolated. Now the people that they were calling for help were unable to help because they couldn't see the problem that they were trying to
Fucking
fix.
cowabunga, bitch.
In their minds, it started to seem like the Smurl family was over-exaggerating their claims or just straight up making them up.
However, this story would change and become a national sensation in the year 1986 with the arrival of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Bitches.
We're in the home of Janet and Jack Smurl in Pittston, Pennsylvania. I don't really remember on the tape earlier of getting the full address of this home, which is at 330 Chase Street, West
Had to beat their ass, yo.
Pennsylvania. It is February 14th, 1986. The living room we are in, we gave reference in the interview to a lamp that has a three-way switch on it, although there's not a three-way bulb in it, that would keep going on and off. The door just behind you, Al, is the door that the family on many occasions not only would find
Dude, where's my car?
but would actually find a hole against that wall.
Insurance. Oh fuck.
We'll now go on to the second
That
floor
sucks.
level, where most of the phenomenon that has occurred has actually taken place. Members of the Schmerl family, Dawn, the twins, Heather, their German Shepherd, Jason, are all sitting here. These are the four children, their dog, and of course, Janet Schmerl. Okay. Jason?
Oh fuck.
Notice that this stairway, as you're coming up, is very, very narrow. Now, Jack was sitting on the very top step. One of our researchers was perhaps in this area, talking to Jack. They watched the dog, Jason, who's a full-grown German Shepherd, walk across. He wasn't coming down the stairs. He would have had to pass the 2 men of water to go down the stairs. And Jack decided to call the dog because he couldn't see him for a couple of minutes. And the dog came from downstairs, no possible way that the dog could have gone from where he was up here. There was no other way for him to come from this level down without using these stairs, and he did.
Me, do I have cereal too? Or?
This is the hallway where the family has experienced the rapping all the way down the hallway, where they have experienced the voices, some sort of magic whispering, but they also are able to distinguish the fact that there are a conversation going on between a man and a woman. We're now entering the master bedroom. The master bedroom is where a good
Damn,
deal
that's crazy.
of the phenomena has occurred, where Janet, sleeping on this side of the bed, has been pulled out by her legs. The dog, Jason, will sleep on this side. I gave reference earlier to the howling noise that would come from the dog. This is where he would be laying. This is where Jack was hit. But I think one of the most outstanding things is the fact, I will show you how these drawers work. Now, it's kind of hard to have them swing, and yet this is how they will swing back and forth at great speed when the infestation or phenomena is occurring. Actually, I'm able to move them a little easier than we were able to move them early on. At times, it will only be that Janet would find it a little ajar. But on this one occasion when she was in the room, the door was going in and out very, very quickly. These are also the walls where they will hear and experience the rapping sounds. This television set, although I don't remember discussing it during our interview, unplugged,
Oh, yeah, I do
not
have it.
on, will become illuminated like a bright light. No picture on it, but they will actually see that light up. They will get a buzzing sound that seems to be associated with this tape recorder that is on. The buzzing sound actually is probably not coming from the tape itself, but actually altering the state of consciousness of the people in the room, Jack and Janet. This is the room occupied by the 13-year-old girl and the 16-year-old girl. Most of the phenomena that occurs in this room seems to happen in and around the closet area, although in this room we have had the disappearance and reappearance of personal objects of the two teenage girls. This is the closet area, and especially in the back of this closet, where they will hear much of the rapping that takes place in this bedroom in particular. Now, in the room of the twins, the two little 7-year-old girls, there seems to be very little that actually happens in this room.
Oh wait, I can send it with my iPhone.
This is a very tiny, little, small room. Although the family described something that was rather strange. When they first purchased this home, this room was a little bit larger, but they have enlarged their bathroom, which has kind of reduced the size of this room. But it was on this wall when they first moved in that there was an opening. Not an opening where you would have stove or any form of heat because there was no chimney behind there. And then up from that hole was a dark mark on the walls with no soap and water, no detergent, and certainly 4 coats of paint could not cover. That is the reason why this room is paneled. The last room up here is, of course, the bathroom. There has been a great deal that has occurred in here. They will hear the water, especially from next door, running. They have experienced the toilet flushing on like 30 times on one occasion. Jack was standing and he actually was witness to the toilet flush in front of him. He then picked up the top of the toilet box to adjust the ball, thinking that something was wrong. Actually, nothing at all was wrong when the rapping started right on the toilet box, the commode itself. It is in this area that Jack's medical bracelet had been missing from. It had actually dematerialized. As of this point, it has still not materialized. So that is really the majority of what had taken place on this stairway, or on this level. On the stairway, though, I know that there was one occasion, maybe Janet can explain it in a little better order than I would be able to, regarding what had taken place.
Insert your security key into the USB
what
port?
you presume may have taken place to Dawn when she was found at the bottom.
Oh, that was to Shannon.
Oh, that was to Shannon, I'm sorry.
One night about 1 o'clock in the morning, Shannon and Karen, whose bedroom is over here behind the rain, Jack and I were laying in bed talking. We had a lot of experiences that day, and while we were talking, we heard this terrible bang, and Shannon was laying at the bottom of the landing there. Now, if you walk in my hallway or my steps, they do have a creaking noise, so that if she were to walk through the hallway, we would have heard her, because we always know when the children are up, we can tell you who is going to the bathroom and who is walking. Shannon was not walking. We did not hear any footsteps at all. She was found at the bottom of the landing, and she did not remember how she got there.
January 1986 ushered in Ed and Lorraine Warren, who at the time were riding the wave of Amityville notoriety, who had seen the stories in the news about the house, who had been reached out to by the Smurls in a last-ditch effort for help. Immediately, when the Warrens stepped into the duplex, they felt the heavy air of dread. After walking through the house, Lorraine's clairvoyant senses, according to her, detected 4 different entities that called the home home. There was a bewildered elderly woman who wandered the halls in confusion, a young girl brimming with insanity and violence, a mustached man who had perished on the property decades ago with a history of brutality and violence, and above all, a commanding demon that orchestrated the actions of the other spirits like puppets in some sort of twisted, macabre theater of torment.
After Lorraine's initial psychic evaluation of the home, Ed stepped in and toured the house while invoking the name of Jesus Christ, commanding the entity to reveal itself. According to the book and the recollections of the family, the response was immediate and violent. The temperature in the home plummeted to an icy chill, a putrid stench of rotting flesh filled the air, objects on the bedroom bureau, like a hairbrush or perfume bottle, began sliding across the surface unaided, and a mucus-like smoky substance, described as gossamer threads, materialized on the mirror, forming illegible obscenities and the message, "Get out." Ed then declared that the entity was very powerful, intangible, and extremely dangerous, and classified it as a full demonic infestation rather than a mere haunting. The Warrens then advised the family to document all of their incidents once again in a detailed diary, and they also said they should install religious items like crucifixes, holy water, and blessed metals in every room. They warned that the demon would likely escalate in response to their presence, drawing energy from the family's fear and anger. Over the following months, the Warrens made frequent trips to the Smurl home, often staying overnight, conducting a thorough and systematic investigation. They set up audio and video equipment to capture phenomena, amassing hours of recordings featuring, according to them, unexplained knocking, rapping, inhuman grunts and growls, and even pig-like snorts. Visual anomalies allegedly captured on camera during this time included levitating objects and physical assaults on the family members. At times, Ed physically confronted the demon by playing out loud religious music, which included Gregorian chants and reciting prayers, which provoked reactions from the entity like furniture shaking and mirrors cracking. The Warrens, recognizing the need for ecclesiastical authority, then contacted their associate, Bishop Robert McKenna, and McKenna visited the home and performed an initial mass, followed by the first formal rite of exorcism in the Smurl's bedroom. During this rite of
fucking
exorcism,
computers.
the demon
This
allegedly
keyboard sucks
manifested
so much
violently.
dick.
The air grew foul, objects flew around the room, and guttural voices blasphemed from within the walls. McKenna, during this exorcism, commanded the demon in Latin to leave, but it resisted, audibly laughed out loud, and promised to return. After this, the family stated that they were provided with at least a temporary relief, about a week of quiet, but the activity resumed with renewed fury, including an incident where Janet was pinned to the bed by an invisible force mimicking the earlier succubus assault. As the investigation in weeks and months pressed on, the Smurls, encouraged by the Warrens, went public to seek broader support and pressure from the church. Local media then interviewed the family, which led to national news coverage. It was at around this time when Robert Curran, a journalist, began collaborating with the Warrens and the Smurls to document the case for the book that I used to gather most of the information for this video from. However, even though the Smurl family was on national news, the Scranton Diocese, under Chancellor Father Gerald F. Mullally, remained cautious, and throughout this time they dispatched those priests for the overnight stays, but they never reported seeing or experiencing anything, fueling accusations that the demon was hiding during these visits. In late 1986, Bishop McKenna returned for 2 more exorcism rites, the second taking place in summer, the third in fall, each one reportedly being more intense than the last. The book describes the second exorcism involving holy water being hurled back at the bishop, caught in midair and thrown back at him, walls oozing a slimy, unidentifiable substance, and the demon speaking through Janet in a deep, masculine voice, cursing Christ and revealing disturbing, intimate family secrets to prove its knowledge. The third exorcism, held on a dark and stormy night, saw electrical outages, levitating mattresses with children screaming in terror, and a black inky mass forming over the bed that only disappeared after McKenna persistently commanded it to. Each exorcism rite bought the family 3 to 7 days of peace, but the demon would always return stronger and target the children more aggressively. At this point, the Warrens noted patterns in the haunting. The entity seemed to feed on negative emotions and mimicked voices of those living in the house to sow discord. However, the Scranton Diocese began to grow publicly frustrated with the case and the Warrens' involvement, as they viewed them as outsiders. Eventually, Father Mullally met with the Smurls and the Warrens, and insisted that the church take over the case, and he even banned them from performing further unauthorized exorcisms. A
That's
priest
the
from
thing, I
another
have it already.
diocese offered to help the family, but was rebuffed by Scranton individuals for breaking protocol. At this point, the family's health suffered, the activity was reaching a fever pitch, and it was even reported that the home reeked of excrement, of filth, for days on end. The Warrens, wanting to help, installed protective barriers like salt lines or anointed oil, and coached the family through daily prayers. But the demons' taunting escalated, including, reportedly, profanity and profane words scratched into the walls and furniture, and the defiling of religious icons throughout the home. After the third and final exorcism, intense communal prayers, led by Reverend Joseph Adonisio of Immaculate Conception Parish, reportedly subdued the demon enough for the Smurls to declare things are back to normal. However, Janet eventually confided to reporters that minor disturbances like knocking in shadows persisted, and eventually the Warrens left the Smurl family, yet continued to monitor them remotely. And above all, they advised the family that they should definitely move.
Scary scenes from the nightmare. Just a flick to most, but to the Smurls, they really lived it. 1986, Jack and Janet Smurl went public with the story of demons invading their West Pittston home.
Being made afraid to live is what it has come down to.
Jack Smurl told of the living nightmare, one that included levitations, screams in the night, his kids and dogs thrown around by ghouls, and a violent ghost that raped him.
Pick the mattress up and drop it, but very rapidly, like this. Like that. Like it looks like a carpet, just like a carpet, like you would, a housewife would have a carpet and shaking it out.
You go to bed waiting, listening to make sure that the children will not be hurt.
The haunted hoopla drew the crowds here. It was a circus atmosphere outside. Reporters, photographers, the curious. The late Scranton actor Jason Miller, who played the priest in the movie The Exorcist, made a cameo back then. Even these self-proclaimed scientists tried to get into the possessed place. They were not successful, but these demonologists from Connecticut were. This pair tried to rid evil spirits with the presence of God. After a night in the Smurl home, their reaction?
It's very powerful. It's invisible. I don't care if you want to call it a devil or a ghost or a demon. There's something in this home which has the intelligence to inflict physical and psychological harm upon this family.
Then a famous mentalist got into the act. The amazing Kreskin set out to downplay the demons and show the mind is stronger than the ghost.
I want all of you now to think of the most violent thought you can imagine.
Oh! Their emotions shattered. The Smurls turned to this priest. He studied unusual phenomenon in New York and felt chasing the spirits out and exorcism was the last resort. Just like the demons, the Smurl story wouldn't go away. The National Enquirer printed their tale of terror. Then this newspaper reporter wrote a book. The family's fright also played out in this TV movie. Finally, after priests performed 3 exorcisms here, the Smurls say the phenomenon left, and shortly afterwards, so did they. Today, some 15 years later, all seems quiet at the